What is our tip of the week?
Tip of the week this week brought to you by the L and George and Orange.
I think so.
And I'm Gregory De Silva.
I think you should
What's your
start
name?
again.
Jennifer.
Jennifer
Jennifer Fitzgerald. No, this is gold. Jennifer Fitzgerald. Carl Crotton. And Amanda De Silva.
Gold.
Carl
Gold.
Crotton.
Jerry Gold.
Gold. Gold, I'm telling you. Tip of the week. What is the tip of this week?
We don't know.
No, we do.
That's how we're starting this?
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Okay, cool.
Who cares?
I'm new to this
Do we
game.
remember?
What
We
was
don't
the tip? We
remember.
were just talking
We
about.
did just talk about it.
Splitting bills.
No,
No,
we
we
just
did that one already.
that's what we did last
Oh wait,
week.
you asked me to look for one, didn't you?
No.
Modification.
Modifications.
Touchy subject.
Modifications. Yes.
Customizing menus when you're at a restaurant that has a curated menu just for you, but you decide to go in and build your own meal
Right.
because you have all the ingredients in the kitchen anyways.
Amanda, that was quite a build up. I really enjoyed that. That was very dramatic.
Are you okay? Is everything all right? Okay, Carl, can you check to see if she's okay? Yeah, I mean,
It was like a build up to a movie premiere. Or
Yeah.
something like
Thanks,
that.
guys.
This summer.
this summer modifications coming to a restaurant near you. Yeah, it happens a lot, right? And it's cool.
It's fine.
It's cool.
It's
It
just
doesn't bother me as much as it bothers my kitchen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then what ends up happening is, see, this is a weird thing in restaurants, is the relationship between back of the house and front of the house. And depending on who is in the back of the house and who's running the back of the house dictates how the servers are. And you have to, it's a fine line because you have to put certain rules into place, and you know, if you don't, then it becomes a shit show. And then people are just going to be ordering their own food, and they do spend a lot of time making their menu and that. So it's a fine line, right? It's a real fine
It's
line.
one thing to say, I want this item minus onions.
Yeah.
Right,
Cool.
right.
But like, it's a completely different thing if you walk into a restaurant and don't see anything you like on their menu, but choose to say, I want a piece of this from this main, a piece of this from this
Right,
appetizer, and a piece
right.
of this from this, and put it on a plate because it's
Yeah.
all there anyways.
That
so why
happens?
can't you
Oh
do
yeah.
that?
Well, it happens. I've had in my time in the industry, I've had people say, "Well, you have this on the menu. Why
Exactly.
can't you just make me this?"
Exactly. Yeah, of things that aren't even on there. It's
Like, is that crazy?
I'm
Well, you
really-
have the eggs here.
Exactly.
You know, you have this. Why don't you make me an eggs Florentine? And it's like,
Absolutely. They're like,
oh wow, because we don't have eggs Florentine on the menu.
yeah, you know, I came out for dinner and I'm really feeling like a chicken fettuccine. Well, I'm sorry, we don't have chicken fettuccine.
Yeah.
But you have chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have cream in your kitchen?
Yeah.
Do you have, you know, and so on and so on, and like, well, then you can do that for us.
Right. Right.
That's next level
Yeah.
entitlement.
It is, and it happens all the time, right? Do modifications, right? Like, what do you think, Jenna, on modifications? How does this play into your
To be
restaurant
honest, every time
life?
I get a modification at a table when I'm taking an order, I'm just thinking in the back of my head, like, oh my god, this is gonna piss my shit off. So
Right. Yeah.
I want to take care of my guests,
Yes.
and I want to
Yeah.
give them what they're asking for. And a lot of the time, I'll be like, "Yes, 100%, I can do that for you," and I will. But then I'll go back to my kitchen, and I'm not like totally understandable. My chef's pissed at me that the fact that I've said, "Yes, I can do that for you."
Right. I think, you know what, we have we with what we do at the Owl, we always try to help the guests with what they want. We try to give them what they want, right? And I'm just saying, but there comes a time when the modification is just you can't do it.
Too much.
It's too
Yeah, of
much,
course.
right? Like, and I believe that you have to kind of give the guests what they want, right? That's the
Yeah,
kind
and
of
You
the
gotta
atmosphere.
try to give them what
Try.
they want.
Yeah.
Right. But then there is cases where it's ridiculous.
Yes. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. In every modification, I'm just like thinking in the back of my head, like, okay,
Right.
my
I'm
chef
pretty
is
bad at
just, like-
modifications.
You love a modification.
I know. I'm
You
pretty-
do love a modification.
Yeah, I
I've served you many a time,
I know.
and you do love. And you know what's funny? Like every time you guys come in to George and Orange
go, "Oh,
for a
fuck,
meal,
here's that
and I
guy."
go back to the kitchen, they're like, "Oh, Greg and Amanda must be here."
So
We
there
love
you
a
go. I do
modification.
love a modification.
Yeah.
You know what it was? Is mostly our last summer, not this summer that just passed. Last summer before that, we had our Southwest salad, and you would always get chicken and shrimp on it.
Right.
Oh, he
right.
likes to double up too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the one that they always
Double
knew. They always
protein.
knew it was you. That was
Yeah.
one pricey salad, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Delicious. though.
Delicious. Yeah. No, I know. And so, I mean, I think it's okay. You have
It
to
is,
adapt,
it is,
right?
But you have to. I think it's just like the delivery of it. And I think it's knowing what you can modify and what you can't.
Yeah.
Right.
And then there's like the other side of modifications, which like we've spoken about, which is like, make me a drink. And I'm like, okay, but I need some sort of guidance here.
What's,
Like, do you like?
I want something
Yeah.
that's sweet but,
But
not
not.
too sweet. I want to taste the alcohol but not too much. I don't want it to be too strong.
Right. And then you're like, well, what kind of alcohol do you like? Anything. But I
But
don't
that's-
like
but
gin.
you know what?
And
have
I
to-
don't like tequila.
Yeah, you know what?
And I don't like.
Yeah.
But I think to play devil's advocate once again, I think that's the exciting part about it as well, is that
Totally.
they're trusting you and what you bring.
Yes. They don't think it's annoying,
Yeah.
No.
which it wouldn't be
Right.
if I wasn't busy serving
right.
100 other people.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So it's you have to like read your time and place and figure out, or it's another thing to just say, give me a drink, bartender's choice, and then I'll leave it at that and walk away.
That's the
Yeah.
best.
That's the best.
Right.
That's great. Of course we want to like craft something for you. It's why we do what we do. We love it. It's fun. We like get to be creative and show you what we want to do. But it's another thing to request a bartender's choice and then like hate it because it has gin in it instead of vodka and you don't like gin.
Yeah. I think it's cool though too, in the sense that it makes your place different too if you're willing to just take that on and say, you know what, got you. I got a great drink for you, and just bring them something, and
Yeah.
then they love it, and then they appreciate it, right?
Totally.
Just to play devil's advocate,
I get it a
right?
lot at George and Orange because of our cocktail list, and I like pride myself in my cocktails. I am by no means a mixologist though. I kind of just
I
like
hate that word. If somebody
it's an actual word.
I know, so
Greg.
but if somebody comes up and says, "Hey, I'm a mixologist," I'm like,
Okay, well,
you know?
I'm saying I am
Girl,
not
that's what I mean.
a
Sound like a
mixologist.
Just sound like a dweeb.
Yeah.
Like a poser.
Hi, I'm a mixologist. Okay.
Yeah, you're a bartender.
You're a bartender.
Yeah.
I am
But I
not,
add
though.
flames to my drinks.
I don't go that far.
No, but you pride yourself on your cocktails. Go on.
I pride myself on my cocktails, but I am by no means a mixologist. Like when
What
I'm
does that
like
mean?
a mixologist
Well,
is an actual like
It is.
profession.
They study like it's like a science. So they
It is,
study the
100%.
comparisons between the bitters and the sweets and the sours and the
It's
blah, blah, blah. Like
actually
it's a thing.
very-
It's a thing.
I find it fascinating
Mhm.
what mixologists can come
When
up
they
with.
have the smoke come up and everything like that?
That's more
mean,
showmanship.
I think that's just more of a flashy bartender.
yeah, that's
right?
just more flashy.
So the ones
No.
that do the...
That's called flair
yeah,
bartending.
that's flair.
So that they're not mixologists.
They're
No,
not.
those
So
are not
who's a
mixologists.
mixologist?
So like bar chef in Toronto would be mixologists.
Yes.
Have I been to Bar Chef?
Yes, you've been to bar chef.
I haven't.
Yes, you have.
No, because I wouldn't like that.
You didn't like it. I don't like it. But it's so you can strip away the pretentious part of it and actually look at the building of a cocktail
Which
that
is
of course
very
tastes
cool.
good.
Which is
But
very
like
cool.
someone like Jenna and myself, we can also know and appreciate the fact of a balanced cocktail and be able to do that without calling ourselves mixologists.
Do you get a
But I
license?
can't do it on a whim.
Do you go to school
That's my
for
whole
this?
thing. No, people do
Well,
go
I'm
to
sure
school
people
for
do,
it.
yeah.
Also,
Yes.
there's a mixologist school.
Yes.
Yeah,
Where
probably.
you
There's
get
not a
license.
mixologist
Carl, can you
school.
check to see if
There's a
there's a
mixologist course in
There's a
school.
course?
Yes.
Oh, of course there's a course.
Because I got my bartending license.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
In the 40s.
Yeah, which
No, I'm
was
just
like
saying.
a scam.
that's
We all
basically
had that.
smart serve.
Yeah.
No,
So-
I went to school. I took a 6-week course. Sorry, go on, Carl.
At the Bartending School of Ontario,
Which is where you
there
would've
is,
went.
So I'm a
A
mixologist.
mixology there's a mixology master
mixologist.
No,
class.
so you didn't go
which
back
is-
for your master's.
which is a totally different from your bartending course. So they're two different things,
Ah.
right? So your
So-
bartending course just teaches you how to serve, but mixology is like getting in depth of like the taste and
Flavors.
and
Yeah.
So
flavors, yeah.
I'm a real bartender.
Because you went to school.
Because I did go to school
No, I
because
know.
back in the day.
I know, you had to do it. I had to do
You
it.
had to be a.
Yeah.
You didn't go to. The
Yes, I
school.
did. The same one.
You went to the school.
Yes, it was downtown.
So there you go. So you
Can
have
we
to-
get back to my point?
yeah.
I'm intrigued by this mixologist. Though.
My point is,
Mixology.
I pride myself in my cocktails that I've invented.
Yes.
It took me a long time and a lot of tasting to be able. Let me tell you, when I was pregnant and coming up with cocktail lists was like, that was tough because I had to rely on other people's palates.
Right.
But I make these wonderful cocktails that people love so much, but I am by no means a mixologist, so I can't just come up with a drink on on the spot for people. And people assume that I can because I have the cocktail list. That
I think
have.
that's fair. I think that's a totally fair statement. Like people, because when you serve really good drinks that people love, they're like, of course you can just whip something up, which is like flattering in a
Yeah.
sense.
Oh, for sure.
But they also don't know that
Right,
like.
right.
So people think like owning a restaurant is just owning a restaurant. Cool, you show up to work every day, you sling some food on a table, and you serve some drinks, and you drink with customers, and da da da. It's this really fun thing. They don't realize all the back end work that goes into it. That curating
Right.
that cocktail list does not come up overnight. We're not just sitting there writing that. Like we spend a lot of time thinking about different alcohols and flavors and what goes with the food and what like it's a
Yeah.
whole thing. It's not just a whip it up and put it out there.
And I think that you could say that to people,
Mm-hmm.
to guests,
Be our guest. Be our guest.
to the guests. I think you could say it. That this is what we do, and try this, and we could pair it with that. I think it's a great thing
Of
to
course.
be able to do that, right? To be able to
Yeah.
say, hey, well, you know what? We
I
spend
would-
a lot of time on our cocktail menu.
Yeah. I would love
I'm
to
mixologist
be able to do it.
Jenna Fitzgerald, and this.
I'm not a mixologist. That's the whole point.
And these pair up with this. I think it's great. It's a great thing, right? But getting back to the modifications, we do put a lot of time into creating menus
Absolutely.
and cocktail lists that
Sometimes it's a bit disheartening to have a customer, a guest, come in and want all these modifications, and and kind of like, okay, there was absolutely nothing
Right.
on my menu that would please you.
right. So why are you there?
Yeah.
Thank you, co-host. Follow Instagram. What's your Instagram?
George and Orange CBG.
No, I know George and Orange.
Oh, mine
Your
personally?
personal- Is that okay?
Ooh.
Oh, I don't know.
Don't you
people
wanna
usually-
become
Jenna,
famous?
what is mine?
I don't
she
know
went,
mine.
She went, ew.
I honestly
Gross.
don't know what mine is.
I don't know what
Jenna
mine
Lee
is.
Fitzgerald.
All right, cool. Gregory De Silva, DL. Follow us, DL Coburg, Amanda De Silva, Carl Cotton.
Oh, nailed it.
Ooh.
I
Right?
got it.
The virtuoso.
Savant.
Another week. Tip of the week.
Tip of the week. Don't be an asshole.
Peace. Peace. Don't be an asshole.
Don't be an
Mixologist. Wankers.